Hello, avid readers, book nerds, or casual observers, and welcome to the Read Along brought to you by the Lit Round Table. I'm Joseph.
And I'm Anna, and this is our read-through of Red Seas Under Red Skies by Scott Lynch. All right, welcome to week 5. We are talking about chapters 8 and 9. We're in book 2, which is Cards Up the Sleeve, is the name of the book. Second book. It's confusing.
And the first chapter was Summer's End, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the second chapter, The Poisoned Orchid.
Yes.
Ooh.
These two chapters were very fun.
Yes, I agree. We got to see the masquerade implode on itself of Locke and Jean not being naval officers at all.
At all.
Not even close.
No, Locke messes it up pretty bad. Now that Caldress is gone, he doesn't know at all what he's doing.
Nope. And the crew figures it out, and they get mutinied.
Mm-hmm.
Especially after the storm, kills some of the crew.
Yeah, it killed 2 and swept seriously injured 5, and killed 2, and yeah.
Yeah.
But before they mutinied, Locke, because he's the captain, is supposed to give a death blessing for the 2 that died. And he feels so conflicted that we get to see him once again being a very devout follower of the Crooked Warden, because he offers his blessing to the 13th, which the sailors are mad about because they all follow Iano, who is the god of the waters. And he's like, I want to give them a proper blessing, and this is all I can do. So, which I thought his blessing was very nice, but I understand why they were miffed about it.
Because sailors are superstitious.
Mm-hmm. Well, and Locke has been nothing but bad luck.
No cats, no women, improper death rites.
Yeah. Yeah.
What the heck, dude? If anybody had any was clinging to any kind of hope that he was a real pirate, it was Dashed when he did the improper burial rites for the burial at sea.
Mm-hmm.
So, that was kind of the nail in the coffin for that scheme. And then I liked the next sentence. It was they do that, and then in the next section it was the mutiny happened the next morning.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Jean came in to get Locke and was like, you need to armor up because they are coming and they are mad. That doesn't go very well because they're severely outnumbered. It's funny. Jean and Locke keep trying to sacrifice themselves for the other, and the other's like, no, you idiot.
Stop it.
We're in this together, man.
It's ride or die, man. You and me to the end.
Basically.
Which makes me think even more that the prologue of the book was just a misdirect and is part of some kind of ruse.
I think it has to be.
Yeah. At least I sure hope so.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it is. But yeah, they get sent off.
Not, though? Oh my gosh.
Whoa. What could happen in this last half?
I know.
So they got sent off in a little boat.
Yes, because they're like, let Iano decide.
They managed to talk themselves out of just getting thrown into the ocean and having to swim. But still on a boat.
And Jabril did give them one of the stilettos.
Yeah.
But Jean is real sad about losing the twin sisters.
The Wicked Sisters.
The Wicked Sisters, thank you. They're twins, though. There's 2 of them. The Wicked Sisters.
There are 2 of them. They're probably identical-ish. And then we see more sails on the horizon. And then the real pirates show up.
And they are awesome.
I love the real pirates.
Love them so much. I have not met a character on the actual pirate ship that I did not absolutely immediately adore.
Unless you're like a bad guy in the
No,
story. But
no, I don't even care. Like the captain, she's awesome. The lieutenant,
oh, sorry, I
she's
misunderstood you.
awesome.
I thought you meant like in general you've never met a
No, no,
character on a pirate boat that you didn't
no,
dislike, and I'm like,
no.
are you sure?
I am talking about
This
the
pirate ship.
poison orchid. I
Yes.
love the captain. I love the lieutenant. I love the physiker. I love the helmsman. I love the other
The quartermaster,
quartermaster.
the slacker quartermaster.
The kids. I love them all. I love them all to bits.
They're great. What an incredible ensemble.
Like so good. And I'm just like, Scott Lynch, why haven't you been writing more of these amazing female characters this whole dang time?
Like, why haven't you just been writing nautical fantasy with these amazing female characters this whole time?
Seriously.
This should have been the whole series. You should write a spin-off series where it's like pirates.
And it's just so the captain's name is, I have it written down.
Oh, I even looked it up beforehand.
Zamira Drakasha. She's amazing.
Love it.
And then Esri Del Mastro. Amazing.
Lieutenant Demastro.
Love her.
So great.
And
I also high-key ship her and Jean.
yes!
High-key.
Oh, me too.
They were talking about like they were like bonding over like fighting styles and like how she could take him down theoretically and like
because she like
I'm like
because when okay, we're jumping ahead a little bit, but that's okay. When Locke, when the captain is trying to figure out the relationship between Locke and Jean because she's not buying this, he's just like my hired man line. She has Esri come in and like pretend like she's going to take him out, except that by pretending she like actually hamstrings him and knocks him over and like
commit to the bit.
Yes. And she felt bad about it because she was like, I'm so sorry, and he was like, no, it had to be done, and he was like, you could have done this, and she was like, yeah, but I didn't want to risk this, and then the banter was perfect.
Yeah,
it was so good.
And then like the captain even has to like go anyway.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So
it was so good.
So essentially this pirate ship comes up to the Red Messenger and takes them on as like a captured vessel basically. So they have to like do some repairs and then they're going to take the ship into port and sell it. The crew on the Red Messenger explained what had happened and that they had left Locke and Jean to die in a little rowboat without any oars or any food or anything. So they went and picked them up too, which was very generous of them. So and now they
made them strip down and do the chicken dance on their little boat.
Yes. Yes. I love Esri. She's so cool.
Yeah, they're all pretty great. And the kids are super cute. Mm-hmm. There's she has kids on the boat too. Mm-hmm. And I haven't heard mention of cats, but there must be cats.
There's lots of women. So even if there aren't cats, they might be plenty lucky.
Yeah.
There's also chickens.
The captain and the first mate are both women.
And so is the physiker. Well.
Yeah.
Which she was amazing. Scholar Tigrane. She was like
very entertaining.
She and the captain had great banter. Like there's just so much mutual respect among all the members that we've met so far. And when they give the spiel to the what do they call them?
Oh, I don't know, the captive crew.
Yeah.
There's a word, but I forget.
I can't remember what it is. But basically they're like, before we get to port, you can prove whether or not you're worth being part of our crew.
Yeah.
And once we get to port, you can leave if you haven't been killed before we get there.
Yeah.
But the only reason they would be killed was if they did something heinous or they died like in a battle.
Yeah.
But They're very
And they're also the first in a
yes.
battle. They get
Yes.
sent over first, and if
Yes.
they do well, yay, your crew. And if you die, well, that's that.
Yeah.
So, uh,
Um
hmm,
they split everything, equal shares.
hmm,
So they're pretty like socialistic for being pirates.
yeah. Well, that's the way that Locke pitched it to the Red Messenger crew as well. He said it's
Yeah.
going to be an equal share ship and all this. So,
Yeah, but they weren't gonna win anything because
no,
they didn't have a
it was a
good captain.
charade. But it just goes to show it's a good way to keep your crew happy.
It's true.
If there's, you know, no trickle down piracy in this book, this is.
Mm-mm.
uh,
Yeah, the interrogation with the captain between her and Locke was pretty intense.
mhm.
Loved that whole
um,
interaction.
it's funny, like the banter that the captain and her crew have, and like even the captain and Locke. Um, it's reminiscent of the banter that we've seen like the main characters have.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like they've got their own little what was it called? The place they were in Camor. It wasn't. It was like the temple of
Chains.
the.
Father Chains
No,
is
no. Father Chains was the guy.
yeah.
Paralandro or something. I don't know. The temple that they were
Yeah.
in that had like the elder glass basement that they had their like hideout in. I don't know, but
Oh,
anyway.
her armor is little pieces of elder glass that have been like woven together.
Oh right, I forgot about
So
that.
cool. She's so cool.
Fangirl.
A
We
little
got
bit. A
fangirl.
little bit. I'm just like so impressed by how cool she is.
And she's famous. She's got like a big bounty.
Right, which like Locke knew nothing about. So she's like, clearly you're not who you say you are.
You're not an intelligence officer.
You would know who I am.
You don't have the intelligence to be an intelligence officer.
Oh no, I focused on the land. I was a land larber. She goes, you are. He goes, yes,
Yeah.
I am. I'm clearly not a pirate.
Yeah. See, if he really wanted to impress her, he should have started talking about. See, this is what I expected to happen. I thought that he was going to say, "I'm an intelligence officer working for the Archon to try to infiltrate the Sin Spire and loot Requin's vault." I thought that he was going to spin it like that, because then like, and then he could show off like all of this knowledge he has of like the intricate inner workings of the Sin Spire and all this stuff, and then maybe he could have pitched that he was actually an intelligence officer, but he just wasn't focused on piracy. He was focused on a gambling den, but he'd never mentioned it. So
Either that, or I thought he's gonna drop the whole thing, and he's gonna be like, "Listen, lady,
let me tell you about the week I've had.
actually want to be here at all, but I'm poisoned, you see, so I have to be here." Which like, they're poisoned.
Or are they?
Well, we should presume that they are poisoned,
Yeah.
and there's no way they're
would-
gonna meet their check-in now.
It would be funny though if they weren't, and that's just how the Archon gets people to do what he says. He tells them that they're poisoned even though they're not. That would be very amusing to me. I kind of hope that's the case. One, because then our boys don't have to worry about keeling over at any given time. But also, it would be funny
Yes.
if that were true.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do about that poison, man. They've lost their ship, although they're still heading to the same place that they were going to go.
right, they're going to
So they just got
Port Prodigal.
Port Prodigal. Yeah, so they just got to figure out a way to get back in time, and explain to the Archon what happened.
Yeah, see, we lost your ship that you stole for us, And the guy you hired to keep us honest, he's dead. So.
Well, it's like he was the guy that was supposed to help them sell the whole thing.
Right.
And he died right before a storm.
That's kind of what I mean. If I keep them
Oh
honest.
my goodness.
But, yeah.
Just the perfect storm, if you will. So, and we got a neat little there's like a lot of nautical terms flying around, but it was really fun to watch the oiled machine that was the pirate ship, the Poison Orchid, seeing like how efficient they ran things was also a fun comparison because they're so much better at their jobs.
And like Locke is part of the like crew now, not like officially part of the crew, but part of the whatever. And so he's like down on the ground doing stuff, and he's even like, I was something about like he had been listening to what orders she was giving, and then he just gave up because he was so confused.
Yeah.
And I was
I'm just going to do what everyone else is doing.
Same, Locke. Same. Also confused. Appreciate you just falling in and just doing what everyone else is doing. And then they give Locke and Jean extra duties, which like they're a little annoyed about until Ezra's like, I'm doing this a favor for you. I'm doing this as a favor for you so that your old crew will like you again. And they were like, oh. And she's like, yeah, I'm smarter than you.
Because right now they hate your guts.
They hate you so much. Which totally fair.
You got them into this mess.
Totally fair.
But at the same time, he did save them from being a galley slave, which someone mentions when they go back to the group. So it's like the crew isn't like necessarily out to just kill them.
No.
But
well, they also recognize that now that they're on this captain's boat, they're in a much better position if they can become part of this crew.
Yeah.
And so they need to just step it up.
This is like going from startup pirate ship to Blackbeard ship overnight. Like they're they leveled up in the like notoriety.
Yeah.
For sure. I'm really excited to get to Port Prodigal, which I'm going to start calling not Tortuga.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what that's like. That should be fun.
Okay, the kids on the boat.
Yeah, the captain's kids.
I am so fascinated. And also, when they were giving them the spiel about how they're interns, basically. Unpaid interns. Unless they take a ship and then they'll be paid. But anyway. It was like the captain's word is gospel, and if you hear anything out of Ezri's mouth, assume that it came from the captain. Like they're in lockstep together. There's no need to doubt Ezri. And then the captain, like, after she gives her whole spiel, she walks away. And then Ezri is like, by the way, these kids that you've seen, they are sacred. And if you harm them, you're dead in a second. Like, no questions asked. And if there's an opportunity for you to break their neck to break your neck to keep one of them safe, your neck had better be broken. Like, oh my gosh. It's just very intense.
The children must be protected at all costs. And the language she used was even more colorful that I can't say on the podcast. Yes.
I toned it down.
Something about nailing body parts to the mast and letting you die of thirst. Certain body parts.
On men.
Yeah.
And there's
right.
And there's no funny business. Like if you're gonna get together with one of the other crew members, it will be consensual. And if not, you're gone. Goodbye.
Consensual and below decks.
It's between you, but there must be consent. Which, not your typical pirate ship.
I mean, there's a lot of things about this pirate ship that are atypical from like historical pirate ships, but I'm here for it.
Same.
It's really cool.
It is. There's also a chicken coop, which I think is very funny.
Gotta get eggs somehow.
I know. It's just not something I had thought about. And Locke has mentioned the chicken coop multiple times. Like, I think it's striking a chord with him as well. There are chickens on this ship.
Chicken coop. Weird.
First cats, now chickens?
Yeah, they're sailing to Port Prodigal, and I'm looking forward to where this new crew takes us. I love them all.
I do too.
Like you said. Very entertaining. Read these chapters, so I'm looking forward to the next two.
Yeah, I'm way more invested now. Like before, I was like, ugh.
Yeah, like I was still interested before.
Mm-hmm.
I was engaged, but not as much as I am now.
None of the new characters on the Red Messenger, like really, like Caldris was fun, but obviously not long for this world. So,
right.
And Jabril is mostly just annoying. Although maybe not so much now. I think he was annoying because he was so fed up.
He was annoying, but at the same time, he was right.
No, he totally was. I think he was annoying because I related to him. Like, if I were in his position and I could tell that the captain had no clue what he was doing, I would for sure be Jabril.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. So.
Yeah. Really big, like, tone change, though.
Yes.
For, like, compared to where we started with this book.
Mm-hmm.
We were getting ready to take down a
casino.
A casino owner.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're on a pirate ship sailing to not Tortuga.
Yeah.
With gender bent, not Blackbeard.
Right. And like crazy seas. Like we're in the Bermuda Triangle all the time.
Yeah. 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 Did you go back and reread the part with
did.
the good?
It was very good.
Yeah.
Dear listener.
Thank you.
Since I listened to the last week 4's section, it was a bit of a struggle ride for me. So I went back and reread a couple parts that Joseph was like, this was really good. And he was correct.
You can't not read that part. You have to read that part.
I did technically read it. I just did not.
You can't not digest that part. Yes.
So I went back and reread, and it was very good. So thank you.
Spooky. Spooky seas.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Fascinating.
So, here we are. Also, it's a pirate ship with no guns. There's no cannons or pistols or anything.
You're right.
There's been not a mention. It's been bows. Because Jabril was like, we've got all the bows, Ravel. Come out with your hands up.
Well, that was on the Red Messenger.
Yeah, but they haven't talked about... I don't think they've ever mentioned... Wait, were there cannons in the first one? Did they shoot a cannon ever?
I don't
know. No, they were giant ballistas that were aimed at like the plague ship in the first book.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like this isn't a gunpowdery world.
You're right. There haven't been any guns.
No one's had any pistols or anything. It's been all crossbows.
This is fascinating.
Yeah.
I'm kind of here for it.
Mm-hmm. So I'm curious to see. I guess ship-to-ship combat is very... Because we missed it, because we were in Locke and Jean POV.
We were in the boat. The little boat.
Yeah, we were in the boat, in the dinghy, with Locke and Jean. Mm-hmm. Maybe ship-to-ship combat is very just like, you sail up and you jump on.
Well, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
You try to take him out.
Because she said because Locke was like, when he was being interrogated, the captain was like, yeah, your men were like really eager to be captured. Like they didn't want to fight at all. So no one got hurt.
Yeah.
There wasn't a bruise. Like nothing happened. We came up alongside and they were like, please.
Help.
So
save us.
Yeah. So no one was hurt by our like hands. And then when they're talking about taking on other vessels, it was like, you'll be the first ones to cross. So maybe it is kind of like, is that Captain Blood where they have cannons in Captain Blood too, obviously. But a lot of the time they pull up alongside and they drop gangplanks in.
Yeah. Swing over on ropes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe.
I guess if you get close enough they've probably got like bows and like people with bows up in
Sure.
the crow's nest and stuff.
Sure.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm sure it'll happen. I'd be disappointed if we don't get to see a ship-to-ship naval fight.
Yeah.
Because that's how Jean is going to 100% prove himself before Locke can. And
already. Like, even, like, when they went to take Locke to speak with the captain, Esri was like, well, when the captain asked her about Jean, she was like, oh, I've got him cornered in manacles with, like, 8 dudes on him. Like, clearly more imposing than Locke.
Jean's like a bear, dude.
He is. He's huge. And he's intense. So,
a bear with glasses.
which he lost.
Poor guy. But okay, here's the thing. Yeah, he lost his specs when they jumped into the water doing the naked chicken dance. But he left the Wicked Sisters on the Red Messenger.
Yes.
Now the Red Messenger is with them again. So I wonder if they will find their way back into his
I hope they do.
hands.
They've been with
Me
him
too.
through a lot.
I hope that the lieutenant gets to like give them back to him, and that maybe it could be like a cute little bonding moment, and she can compliment him on his
Man.
axes.
You are shipping them hard.
They're cute.
They are cute. But you bring up a valid point. I think that if guns were an option as a weapon, I think that Jean would have picked them up.
That's true too. Yeah, Jean would be the one packing like 6 flintlocks under his shirt. Like,
I mean, and Locke too.
if guns existed.
But I just feel like Jean is such a powerhouse that, like, if he could also add distance to his attacks, he would 100%.
This seems like I think crossbow is the peak of projectile weaponry.
Which,
Handheld projectile weaponry.
you know what? I'm kind of here for.
Yeah.
Because I like fantasy
Same.
books that don't have any kind of, like, guns.
Mm-hmm.
I think the inclusion of gunpowder in fantasy makes it too close to real life.
Makes me think of it more as of like Renaissance era and not back when they had like, like I'm thinking like Captain Blood era,
right. Which
Queen
they had.
Elizabeth.
Yeah. They had guns then, they just weren't very accurate.
Right.
I want Sabitha to be on this pirate ship.
I don't think she is.
think
Maybe she's in Port
either.
Prodigal.
Maybe she's dead.
Oh. Oh, bummer. Maybe she is the mangled bouncer chick at this Inspire, and Locke hasn't recognized her because she's mangled.
She's old.
Is she, or was it just the acid? It's
I
a
think
dumb
she's
theory.
old.
It's not true. It's not true.
Huh.
It's a dumb theory. I don't know if she's old or if she's just like middle-aged. I'm picturing her in like upper 30s.
Who do you think Mirren is working for?
I have no earthly clue.
What if she's also
No
working
clue.
for the captain?
That'd be weird.
It would be weird. Mirren.
Maybe she's working.
Another awesome female character that I want more of.
Yeah, it's true. She's pretty cool. You know who I picture in my head for her? From The Last Kingdom, the nun lady that also kicks butt, the blonde nun lady.
I love it.
That's who I picture as her.
Yes.
But
here for it. Love that.
yeah,
That's not who I was picturing, but I like it.
thank you.
Yeah.
I don't really have a specific person I'm picturing for the other pirates or anything.
Oh, really? I'm picturing, for the captain, I'm picturing like an aged up Lupita Nyong.
Oh, yeah. I guess for the lazy quartermaster, I'm picturing, it's also a Last Kingdom character, which is funny. The Irish one, the bearded Irish one, the black-haired,
Fenris.
what's his name?
Fenris?
Yeah,
Finnick?
that's who. I thought it was Finn.
Finn. Maybe it's an F name. Anyway, I know who you're talking about.
But the others are all kind of
I think it's Finnick. is with it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is. The others are all just, I mean, I picture them in my head, but not as a specific person. But
Yeah.
how they are. Anyway, so is it, for the next one,
10 and 11.
is it the next two? All right, 10 and 11.
Yep. Easy.
Very good. I'm excited.
I am too. Can't wait to see where this goes.
So, I guess until next time, happy reading.
And we'll talk to you next time.
Later.
Bye.